What's up, YouTube? Thomas Hill here. Since April looks like it's gonna be a pretty steady year for comic book movies, because we got Shazam coming out this upcoming Friday, Hellboy comes out, and to top that off, we got Avengers Endgame, all opening in April. So I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite comic book movies of all time. I admit, this was the hardest list I've ever made. There was just so many comic book movies to choose from, and oh boy, I admit this list was a bit of a hard to pick, but I think I came up with some pretty good titles of my favorite. So that being said, here's my 10 favorite comic book films. All right, coming in at number 10 is the film that kicked off the MCU. That is Iron Man. I really love the first Iron Man. I thought it was really awesome. Jeff Bridges as the bad guy here was pretty good. Terrence Howard, I thought he was great. Of course, like I said, this movie was the one that was the film to kick off the whole MCU because, of course, at the end credit, you had Sam Jackson coming out of the shadow and talking to Tony about the Avengers Initiative. So that kind of said it all, that they were setting this whole stuff up, like the events from every MCU movies, they were setting up from the beginning, ever since the first Iron Man. And I also, it's a great film. Robert Downey Jr., he was born to play this role. Gwyneth Paltrow was pretty good. I still miss Terrence Howard at playing Brody. No, not Brody. Brody, I meant. Why do I keep calling him Brody? Anyway, I kind of do miss Terrence Howard playing the role, but Don Cheadle's doing a pretty good job too. But I just would love to have seen what Terrence Howard will look like as War Machine. That would have been cool to see. But anyway, coming in at number 9 is Superman. Now, I could have gone with any Superman movies. I like Man of Steel, but I don't think it's like a masterpiece or anything like that. I know lots of people like John Campion always say that Man of Steel is like the masterpiece of the comic book genre. I'm gonna say Frank. Man of Steel was a good movie, but it's no masterpiece in my opinion. But the best Superman movie we ever had is Superman, the classic 1980s one with the great Christopher Reeve as Superman, Margaret Kidder as Lois Lane. I really love that on Superman. Of course, the scene where Superman is flying around Lois Lane is pretty much one of the most iconic movie scenes in a superhero film. And Margaret Kidder, I thought she was a good Lois Lane. She played that role pretty well, and not to mention, you had Marlon Brando as Jor-El, who I thought was terrific as a role. Richard Donner directed this. He did a great job at directing. Of course, you had Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. It's a really great movie. And Henry Cavill, he will always be a great Superman, but I'm sorry, the best Superman, in my opinion, is still Christopher Reeve. He just really embodied the role of Superman, and he played that role really well. Of course, Henry Cavill played the role good too, as well as Brandon Routh. But in my opinion, Christopher Reeve will always be the best Superman. Coming in at number 8 is Spider-Man 2. Now, I could have gone with any Spider-Man movies. I could have gone with the first one. I actually like the third one. I don't care what anyone says. I admit the Venom was not really that great of a film, but I still really enjoy Spider-Man 3. I like Spider-Man Homecoming. The Andrew Garfield one was good. But to me, the best Spider-Man movie they had is Spider-Man 2. It is awesome. I really love this movie. Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus, he was born to play that role. If I had to put money on any actors from the original Spider-Man movies to appear in the MCU as a role, Other than J.K. Simmons as returning as J. Jonah Jameson, I would love to see Alfred Molina return as Doctor Octopus. I mean, out of everyone, like out of any actors from the original Spider-Man movies, other than J.K. Simmons, who I would love to see reprise their roles, it's gonna be hands down Alfred Molina as Doctor Octopus. He was really menacing as a role. I mean, to me, he's probably the best villain out of the Spider-Man films. I mean, I don't know who they're ever gonna get to play Doctor Octopus in the MCU or whatever. But I tell you one thing, it'll be hard to top Alfred Molina. Now, I never really played the Spider-Man game, so I don't know how good that Doctor Octopus was or anything. And the octopus, the female Doctor Octopus in Into the Spider-Verse was good, but Alfred Molina was awesome as well. And also, the other cast was good. Like you had James Franco, of course, Tobey Maguire. He was a great Spider-Man. I mean, I still sort of miss him playing the role, but hey, Tom Holland is still pretty decent, and Andrew Garfield was good too. So, but anyway, yeah, Spider-Man 2 is definitely great. And to me, it's actually one of the rare superhero sequels that's actually even better than the first film. Actually, it's one of the rarest sequels that's actually better than the original film, period. Not just comic book films, but Anyway, coming in at number 7 is Captain America Civil War. I mean, in 2016, we had two movies where heroes go at it. We had Batman versus Superman, which I really enjoyed. I admit there was like some messes in the movie and all that. I will agree with people on that. But I still really enjoy Batman vs Superman. But anyway, and we had Captain America Civil War, and out of those, I really enjoy Captain America Civil War the most. I mean, it's of course the film that gave us our introduction of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. You also had Paul Rudd as Ant-Man here, and of course the scene with Iron Man and Captain America was really intense. That's seriously the most intense scene I've seen in the MCU. But yeah, I mean, I thought the Russo brothers, who of course are directors, I thought they did such a great job with Civil War, and they did a great job with Infinity War as well. I mean, they're really great with the doing the MCU, and Civil War was just awesome. I mean, I saw the movie about 3 times when it was released. It's really fun. It's great. Definitely enjoyable. Coming in at number 6 is Deadpool. Now, I didn't want to add all the X-Men movies in this in my top 10 list because, to be honest, I like the X-Men movies, but I'm not like a crazy X-Men fan, to be honest. I mean, I dug the first one. I mean, it's the film. Of course, the first X-Men film was the one that kind of made a comeback with comic book films. Probably could have added that one or X2 or maybe Logan, which I love Logan. But my favorite out of the whole X-Men films is going to be hands down Deadpool. I love Deadpool so much. Ryan Reynolds was born to play this role, and the marketing that Ryan Reynolds did for Deadpool was just terrific. I mean, that dude is a marketing genius. Like he's even marketing Detective Pikachu really well. Anyway, Deadpool is great. I mean, the Murph with a Mouth is such an awesome hero, and I'm hoping with the whole Fox and Disney merger stuff, I'm still hoping we'll still see Ryan Reynolds back as Deadpool again. Because I mean, I don't really think I could see anyone playing the role other than Ryan Reynolds because he really embodies that role perfectly. And yeah, I really love Deadpool, and I love the part 2 as well. I mean, if they do a part 3, I'm saying now this might actually end up being one of my favorite trilogies if they did a part 3, and if part 3 is as good as the other two, of course. But anyway, yeah, I really love Deadpool, and I mean, I saw Deadpool about 3 times when it was released, and I saw Deadpool 2 about 4 times. They're pretty much some of my favorite comic book films right now, and yeah, I'm also really happy they made them too because I remember there was like words that we probably won't get like a Deadpool film before, but then Ryan Reynolds did that short fake trailer thing, and then that got lots of buzz. Then boom, we got a Deadpool film, and really happy they made it because Deadpool's the best. All right, coming in at number 5 is The Mask. Now, I didn't only want to add just Marvel or DC movies or anything like that. I wanted to like expand it and added maybe one non-Marvel and DC film in my list. I probably could have gone with either The Crow, Hellboy, or maybe 300, Sin City, whatever. But I'm going with The Mask. I really love The Mask. Jim Carrey was great in this role. I mean, Cameron Diaz. Who didn't love Cameron Diaz in this? I mean, she was awesome. And this is a really great superhero origin story. I mean, you have a guy who finds a mask in like a lake. He goes to lake or river or whatever, something like that. But of course, he puts on the mask and he becomes a pretty much a cartoon character. Jim Carrey. I kind of already said this, but Jim Carrey was great as a role. Like he played the mask really well. And I never really knew that this was a comic book movie when I first saw this film. And it's a really great one. It's a 90s classic. It's a movie that still holds up today, in my opinion. It's really great. Son of the Max, though, not so much. Son of the Max was just horrible. You don't need to see that. Just stick with the first Max. The first Mask is the best. And like I said, I'll be down to see Jim Carrey reprise his role again in the future, but if they do a new one, it'll probably be like a whole new reboot with a different actor playing the role. Whatever, but anyway, coming in at number 4 will be Batman, directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton as Batman, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. You had Kim Basinger, Michael Gar. Billy Dee Williams was in this. I always keep forgetting Billy Dee Williams was in this for some reason. I mean, this movie was great. Kean as Batman, he played that role really well. Jack Nicholson was really menacing as the Joker. I mean, I really love the Joker origins with the Joker in this. It's really great. I mean, it is fun. Great effects. I mean, of course, it was in 1989, and the effects wasn't as great as it was today. But for a film that got released in the 80s, the effects are still pretty decent. And like I said, to me, Michael Keaton is probably the best Batman we ever had. Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, they're all great, but I still really love Michael Keaton as a role. And man, I'm so ashamed we never really got to see a Batman vs Superman film with Keaton and Christopher Reeve. That would have been awesome to watch, but sad we never got to see that. All right, now my number 3 favorite is The Avengers. I could have easily added this in my number 1 spot or number 2 spot. I'm adding it in number 3. I love The Avengers. I mean, in a million years, I would never have thought to see these superhero characters on screen or together at once. It was a fun time. I saw this movie about 4 times in theaters when it was released. I enjoyed it so many times. Tom Hiddleston as Loki is a great villain. All the heroes had some pretty good chemistry with one another. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man was great. Chris Evans was great as Cap. Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widows is terrific. Of course, Sam Jackson as Nick Fury is great. I really love Avengers, and it's definitely probably one of MCU's best films there is, and it's really great. I mean, I really enjoy it. And of course, I cannot wait for Endgame, but I'll talk about that here later on, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, coming in at number 2 is The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale as Batman, Heath Ledger as the Joker. I mean, Heath Ledger is probably my favorite Joker we have. I mean, Heath Ledger played that role really well. He really the makeup they used on Heath Ledger was terrific. Christopher Nolan did a great job at directing. Amazing film. And boy, it's crazy it's been out since 2008. Boy, times fly, huh? But yeah, The Dark Knight it's really it's also a very gritty and dark Batman film we've ever had before, and it's just awesome, and I really loved it. I still own the movie on DVD, and I'll watch it time to time. It's still great. I mean, the movie still holds up today, you know. All right, now my number one favorite comic book movie of all time is pretty much a modern recent one, and it's another MCU movie. That is Avengers: Infinity War. I'm sorry. To me, this is the best comic book movie we've ever gotten in years. It is great. I mean, Josh Brolin as Thanos is a great villain. Of course, the scene at the end when they all get dusted is spoiler for a movie that got released last year. But if you guys still haven't seen Avengers: Infinity War, you probably have no desire to see it. But anyway, but yeah, that dusting scene will leave you tears. I mean, I guess it probably should because you probably guess they'll be back anyway. But still, the scene with when Spider-Man ended up getting dusted and when he goes to Tony's arms and tells Tony that he doesn't feel very well and he doesn't want to go, and man, that scene, cry time. That scene is really intense and it'll put you to tears. I mean, Infinity War, like it was to me, it's probably one of the most intense of the movies of the MCU, and it is great. I mean, out of all the MCU movies, this probably has some of the best acting I've seen out of all the MCU films. It's just really great, and of course, I'm really pumped to see Endgame. Cannot wait to see that when it's released. I mean, the tickets go on sale on the 2nd, and I'm picking up my tickets when the minute they go on sale. Definitely can't wait for to see. Definitely cannot wait to see Endgame, and Infinity War is awesome. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Iron Man. 9, Superman. 8, Spider-Man 2. 7, Captain America Civil War. 6, Deadpool. 5, The Mask. 4, Batman. 3, The Avengers. 2, The Dark Knight. 1, Avengers: Infinity War. Now, like I said, there was loads of other ones I probably could have added. Lots of the X-Men movies are pretty decent. Let's see. The Crow. Sin City. Scott Pilgrim. The Kick-Ass movies. You know, the Hellboy films are decent. Let's see. Logan, the Wolverine, Ant-Man. I like Suicide Squad. Don't care what anyone says. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. Watchmen. I really dug the Iron Man sequels too. I know they don't get really much love, but they're not that bad. The Dora movies. Man, there's been so many good comic book films over the years. I mean, like I said, this was a really hard list to make. But anyway, let me leave you guys. What are some of your favorite comic book movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Tom Sells signing off.